Hey, how's it going today? You guys fired up? There is nothing better than seeing a bunch of fired up Texans, and you guys are fired up. I love these signs out here. I love that you guys came out here. This heat's not bothering anybody, isn't it? All right. Hey, let me ask you something. How's that stimulus plan working for you? You've got 10% of our nation that's unemployed. It's not working well for them. We've got retail sales that are falling, and we've got a government takeover of our auto industry and our banking industry. I don't know what happened. We got to turn things around, and you all are turning things around. I appreciate what you're doing. The thing that's going to get this economy back is us spending our money, saving our dollars in the free market. Washington, D.C. isn't going to turn this economy around. We are. I appreciate what you're doing. And let me tell you something. I'm getting tired of this president going around the world apologizing for our nation. This is the greatest nation on earth that ever has been and ever will be, and it's the providence of God that has this nation here. Setting aside our local congressional district, we are blessed to have congressmen representing this area that are great conservatives. But there is a void in Washington, D.C. There's a leadership void, and you, the grassroots, we together are filling that void. It's appropriate that we're here today on Labor Day, because you guys have been hard at work this summer. You've got the Tea Party Express bus that's gone thousands of miles across this nation. You've been showing up at the town hall meetings, respectfully pushing back on socialized medicine. We don't need to reform our medicine. We need to reform Washington, D.C., and that starts with you all. We've created a time when we are defined by our grassroots and our local citizens, and not what happens by some self-serving politicians in Washington, D.C. In response to that, the liberals are fighting back, and the press is fighting back. You've got Nancy Pelosi that is calling us Nazis. You've got Harry Reid calling us thugs. You've got the Democratic Party calling us mobs. And the press is calling us racist because we don't support the failed social and economic policies of this president, and we never will. And the Tea Party is having a huge impact on our nation right now. We are leading this nation. The leadership's not coming from Washington, it's coming from the grassroots. It's the grassroots that's been exposed to the Obama socialist agenda. Not Washington, not the press. It's the grassroots that have been halting socialized medicine. There are people in Washington, D.C. trying to work with the Obama administration. It's the grassroots that's stopping it. It's the grassroots in California that stopped tax increases that were on the ballot. Washington didn't do anything. Grassroots has forced a website that the Obama administration put together for fellow Americans to spy on each other. What a disgrace, and the grassroots put an end to it. And this weekend, the grassroots forced the resignation of an extremist environmental advisor to the President of the United States. Anybody who believes that our government had anything to do with 9/11 is a disgrace, and it should never serve our nation. And though the liberal press is trying to ignore you, you can't be ignored. And I stand before you here today, an elected official, because of the grassroots. Over 100 grassroots activists stood by my side, knocked on doors, made the calls, did all the hard work to get elected. And we won by 30 votes, by the way. We won our election by staying whole to our core conservative values of smaller, less intrusive government and tax relief for the American citizen. We ran a campaign that anticipated a hostile liberal press. They went nuts when I went in and met with the editorial board. They thought I had a third eye on my forehead when I started talking about tax relief and more efficient government. And we stood against the establishment. There was only one elected official that stood by me and endorsed me, and that was County Judge Keith Self. Judge Self is up for election in March of next year, and I hope that you will join me in supporting him. The judge is doing an outstanding job. He's cut your taxes, he's holding the line on government growth, and he's leading not Texas, but the nation in transparency. Let's all get together and help Keith Self win re-election in March of next year. I'm so grateful to all you all. Let me leave you with some words in closing. If you can look around at the children that are with you today and think of your own children and think of the debt that we're burdening them with. Literally trillions of dollars are going to be saddled with them when we leave. It's going to consume their earnings. The Tea Party movement is the Republican Party's best chance to return to its small government roots and less intrusive roots. We need the Tea Party to move forward and direct the Republican Party to its conservative roots. 100 years from now, nobody's going to remember the size of our wallets, how big our houses were, or what kind of cars we drove. They're going to remember the type of world we left our children. I'm praying and I'm cheering that we together will expand our numbers at the next Tea Party. Bring 5, 10, 15 people with you. Continue to articulate the Republican values to your friends, your neighbors, your co-workers, and seek out and support conservative candidates. Thank you all so much. You all are awesome. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Thank you.